ClickView Tips and Tricks. My name is Josh Good. I'm a Solutions Architect here at ClickTech. Today we're going to look at techniques for selecting null values. So here's a typical example. We have some sales and we by product name, and we notice here that there are some product names that don't have there are some products that don't have any names. So the thing you may try to do is to select here, and since the values actually don't exist in the associative model, it's not possible to select on them. So there's a few different ways we can go about to do this. Well, the simplest way is we could select all of our products, and then we go over here to product ID, which does exist, and then we could say select excluded. So that works pretty well. It's a two-step process. Another technique we could use is we can shortcut that process, and we could go straight over to product ID, and we could use the search function, but actually put an expression into the search. So we can go equals is null product name, and that's going to select all the product IDs where the product name is null. And then we hit enter and we select product ID 4. So both these techniques work quite well. The one challenge with them is we have to have the product ID as one of our list boxes, and you may not want to do that because it's going to clutter up your ClickView, and you typically won't be selecting on it. So you can use the same technique, but instead we can do that straight in the global search box. So we can go over here and go equals is null product name, and there we go. We found again that product ID is null. And you notice that we've also finding that Ralph and also the various sales numbers that are null and associated with product ID number 4. So those are three techniques you can use very quickly to find the null values and isolate them. In a production environment, you may feel that your users don't have the skills to typing in an is null equation, and you may not want to teach that to them. So we can actually create a button that will do the same thing. So we're going to create a new sheet object. We'll create a button, and we're going to call this products without names. And then we'll go over to the actions tab here, and we're going to add a new action. In the selections, we're going to do a select in field. We're going to click OK, and the field we're going to select is product ID. We'll click OK there. So for the search string, initially what you may want to do is just type in, like we did before, is null product name. The thing about doing that is that's going to search across all of the various fields and try to apply this equation. So we need to isolate this specifically to the product ID column. So what we can say is if product ID, product name is null, then return product ID. We now need to ask ClickView to do that for each individual product ID. So we're going to use the aggr function, AGGR, and we're going to say do that across each product ID. So again, we're saying if product name is null, then return product ID, and perform this expression inside here for each product ID. We'll click OK on that, and we'll click OK here, and now we have this new button created. When we click on the button, you notice again we're able to quickly select the product ID 4, which returns in our sales chart just the null sales. That concludes our quick tips and tricks for today. I hope this is found helpful. Please consult community for more information or your local ClickView professional. Thank you very much.